Teacher Nikoley here with my reading glasses on because I'm going to be cooking something and I'm going to show you the simple recipe. What I'm going to be doing is, there's all sorts of sausages and German style, and there's different kinds. There's Thai style that are kind of like hot links in the US. But like a real country breakfast sausage, you don't have any, and that's because nobody uses sage. You know that because sage turns out it's difficult to find. I found some yesterday in a store. Sage leaves. There we go. Cheap. I forget what it was. A few, about 30 grams. Alright, so here is, and I'll pause this so you can, hopefully that's not in reverse. I don't know, probably is in reverse. So I've got to read it to you. So, 2 pounds of ground pork, because I've got about a kilo of ground pork here, which is 2.2 pounds. It actually comes out to, it's 1 kilo almost exactly. So 2.2 pounds. Don't worry about the few ounces difference. Okay, this is for 2 pounds. 3 teaspoons of ground sage, which is a tablespoon, right? 2 teaspoons of salt. 2 teaspoons of pepper, black pepper. 1 teaspoon of oregano. 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. However, I don't like the garlic. The garlic powder they have here is very fine and it clumps up. And I don't like garlic salt. They have garlic salt, but I don't need salt. I just need the garlic. Desiccated garlic that's not so fine. It's crazy. It clumps up. So I'm just going to crush 2 big cloves of garlic, and I'm going to mince them and really mash them so it's like a paste to add. And that's part of 1 teaspoon of onion powder. I'm going to do the same with a little onion here, just really mince it up and everything. And of course there's oregano, and then it says a ½ teaspoon of paprika, optional. What kind of fucking sausage is it if you don't have some heat? But I go a lot further than that. So I'm gonna use a ½ teaspoon of chili powder and a half teaspoon of cayenne, but that's not all. A good country sausage, you cut into it, you see the little red in it. 2 Thai chili peppers, so 1 chili pepper per pound. I'm gonna I'm not gonna add the seeds, because that's where the real superheat is in the seeds. So the seeds are not gonna go out in. And one other thing. See, I got this recipe from a website, and it says it's Whole30 approved. Y'all know Whole30 if you've been, followed the paleo. It used to be Melissa and Dallas Hartwig. They're split up, and Dallas is a big pussy boy now, and he does thoughtful stuff about how awful of a man he is, right? He basically, because if you know him, he's got the male model looks. He's got the stature, the build, handsome face. He's the epitome of a romance novel character. So he's taken on a romance novel thing in his public life. You go check it out on Instagram. It's hilarious. It's hilarious. Really, teaching men how to be cucks and simps to women. And they eat it up because they love the romance novel character. Look at the there's a chart out there. I should post it here about what women read versus men read. Romance novels, top of the list, right? Thing is, that's fantasy. We all have fantasies in our own minds. It's not reality. But if you're Dallas, you got his body and his looks. Hey, more power to him. More power to him. But you don't want to be a pussy, right? Okay. If it works for you, it's fine. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna make this. I almost forgot the point. It's gonna be not Whole30 approved, because I am gonna put probably Good. Usually it's a half a teaspoon per pound of meat, right? Like in a ground beef burger. Try it. Don't knock it till you try it. So I'll probably put, yeah, 1 teaspoon of MSG in it. That kicks it up a notch. Okay, I'll be back with the stuff. So, important step here. So do all the ingredients together first and then mix them up. The reason is, now some recipes this isn't important, and some recipes it can be serendipitous, like some sort of cakes where everything isn't necessarily thoroughly, you know, homogenized, mixed. But in this case you want to mix it all so that when you put the ground pork in, you get an even distribution, and you don't get like one that's fucking hot and one that's where you go like, what's the spice? I'm pretty sure this will be good and hot. Actually, okay, and moving back to what I gave, there was a recipe, actually doubled the recipe called for paprika optional. I'm like, paprika? I graduated from paprika years ago. So when you see red dusting on my plates, it's not paprika, it's cayenne pepper. And it barely does anything for me anymore. Anyway, so I've got, I doubled up, so it's about a teaspoon each of chili powder and a teaspoon of cayenne, the 2 red chilies, so that's the heat. Now I actually had to crush peppercorns because my pepper mill broke, so had to do that. And oh, the other thing is I showed the even though the onion is small, it was pretty much, so I just used half of it, and the same 2 cloves of garlic. Okay, I'm gonna mix all this together with the pork and then we'll cook. Okay, looks like I've got a pretty good mix there, as you can see. What I'm gonna do now, and of course I use the spatula. Now if you have, I don't have any you know, latex gloves. I suppose I could, because mixing it with your fingers is always good. But I tell you, mixing like ground beef or something like ground pork or ground lamb or whatever with your hands gives me the willies, the creepy crawlies. It's almost as bad as having hand lotion on my hands. I fucking cannot stand that feeling. It gives me the creeps. It's worse than fingernails across a chalkboard. I hate it that much. So I use a plastic or silicone spatula. Or this is actually plastic, so it's fairly firm. Better than a flippy floppy, mealy mouthed silicone one. See, I got an opinion about everything, and an epithet too. All right. So now the thing is to let it cure. You want those, because some of the dry ingredients you want to give it, so I'm going to let it sit in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. No particular reason for the refrigerator, but it kind of firms up the fat a little bit because it is at room temperature right now. And for making the patties that I'm going to cook up, because I'm fucking hungry, I haven't eaten in, what is it, I don't know, 16, 17, 18 hours, something like that. No, more, even more. It's over 18 since I've eaten. And I did a 7-kilometer walk. So anyway, that's that. Let it cure for 30 minutes. Mix it again, and then we'll cook them up. Okay, we're back. I have let this rest a good 45 minutes. And then I've mixed it all up again, so hopefully we should be a good mix here. Now I'm gonna cook it in my induction hot plate. I would prefer to have gas, but gas is a problem here. So this has different setting. I'm gonna put it on a fry setting, which is 240 Celsius, which is like 450, 500 degrees Fahrenheit roughly. And I'm going to set it down to medium, which should be about 120. We want to cook the outside, also have a skin on them. And so initially on medium. It heats up very quick. I don't fully understand how these work. Apparently it's like this magnetic field. You can't use like aluminum. It has to be a ferrous metal pan to conduct magnetism. And I'm going to do 3 patties. And sausage, you can kind of form it when you put it in the thing. So I'm going to do about 3 patties here. Not like that. Should be about 300 grams probably. 400 grams. Something like that. Okay. I'll judge whether I need to cut back, use a finger there to help get it into patty form. They don't have to be perfect. Okay. But I'm hungry, I haven't eaten, so I'm going all out on this one. This and 3 eggs and 2 slices of toast. So in other words, I'm sticking to my rule of 1 starch, not 2. So if I have toast, there's no potatoes. You have rice, there's no toast or potatoes. The one place where you can double up is beans, because beans are good protein, not as much starch. So you can have like beans in a tortilla if you want to go Mexican style. Alright. Then from there you just flat. Yeah, it looks like I got the temperature. Form them. Let's already see that there's a good amount of fat coming off of them. I really like this spatula. I use it for everything. Now, it's a fish spatula, but you can really keep a patty from bulging up in the center by just tapping it like that. So you get an even, kind of more flat distribution. So I'm looking good there. This isn't going to take long. The induction, it takes a little bit of a learning curve to do it. Let me wash my finger off here. Put this back in the fridge. Get the plates. Now, what's weird about this, one thing you learn, is that the heating on the pan is uneven because, for some reason, I guess the field that it uses is the handle disturbs it. So this is almost right around the handle is kind of like a dead spot. You notice that when you cook eggs. Because when you drop the eggs in, if it's a hot pan, the whites just instantly go, you know, how they cook real fast, except for that one spot. They stay liquid right there next to the handle. Annoying. So I'll be back when I'm ready to flip. Okay, I've gone ahead and flipped them. That one's a little bit underdone, but the thing with sausage, you can really flip them a lot. A lot of fat in that sausage. Amazing. I will save that because it should be nice and spicy, so it'll be a good thing to use to cook a lot of stuff. But the temperature is good. I've got vapor coming off, which is the moisture, but not smoke, which is the signals that it's burning. That I'm going to do a bit of a taste test here. Now, ruining the final picture of the dish. The sage is definitely there. Okay, so I don't want to drain those too much because the little fat coating is pretty nice, actually. I think I'll just go with that, like that. Now, let's get these eggs in. I bought they're 3 kind of puny eggs. Figured, oh well. Thought I'd try them. Because really, what you're looking for is sometimes the bigger ones. It's mostly really just it's just really white. The yolks are about the same. Okay. And I'm mostly all about the yolk. Now, see what I mean about these whites are cooking already, and this one, oh man, it's so nice to cook in a bath of fat like that. It kind of hold. They don't just spread all over the place. Salt and the pepper that I fresh crushed to add in. My toast buttered. Hang on a second. Can you get these eggs off? So this is like basting eggs, really. Okay, this one's done. This one's done. And this one is done. Okay, now butter my toast. 1. And 2. And shoot me, but for at least half of one piece of toast, I have some mixed berry jam. Shoot me. I don't care. I don't care. All right. That's it. Thanks for watching.